So there is 401ks and then there are IRAs. How do you decide where to contribute? Let's talk about it. Coming up. Hey guys, welcome to the channel. My name is Raj, and on this channel, I talk all things finance. In this video, I want to talk about IRAs, 401ks, some of the features that they offer, how they work, then spend more time on how do you make that decision? How do you prioritize one over the other? So let's talk about it. So let's start with 401ks and how they work. 401k is a retirement savings account. It's tied to your job. When you find a new job, chances are this is something that's offered to you as a benefit. The way it works is as you work month after month and get a paycheck, a certain percentage of your paycheck gets allocated into a 401k account. Over time, this account grows in value and pretty much it's ready for you to withdraw when you hit retirement. Money in your 401k gets invested in long-term investments. Your plan may come with an employer match, which means if you put $100 a month in 401k plan, and if the match is 100%, your employer will also put in $100. So again, it may or may not come with a match, so check with your HR to figure out if your plan comes with a match. Now, 401ks come in two flavors, traditional and Roth. Traditional is a tax-deferred account, which means any contribution that you make in a traditional 401k is pre-tax. It's pre-tax money. However, when you retire and when you're ready to withdraw, that's when it's treated as ordinary income and taxed. Traditional 401ks are also tax deductible. So any contribution that you make in a 401k, traditional 401k, it reduces your taxable income. Roth, on the other hand, is after tax. So any contribution that you make in a Roth 401k is taxed upfront. However, the growth in the account, any gains that you make over time is all tax-free. That's a huge benefit for having a Roth. Roth is not tax deductible. You can withdraw money from your 401k account when you hit the age of 59 and a half. Not 59, not 60, 59 and a half. While it's not designed for early withdrawal, you have that option. You can withdraw money before you hit 59 and a half. Only you're gonna pay a 10% penalty. There are special cases that IRS has identified, and if you fit in one of those special cases, then you can withdraw money without the penalty. The contribution limit for 401k account is $19,500 for 2020. The only other thing to note is 401k also has something called as the required minimum distribution, RMD. So when you hit the age of 72, IRS wants you to withdraw a certain amount of money from your account. They have guidance on website in terms of what RMD looks like for you. So there are obvious advantages of contributing in a 401k account. One, it's automatic savings towards your retirement. Two, employer match. It's free money. You have to take that. Three, tax implications. For traditional, your contribution is going to be pre-tax. It's tax deductible. For Roth, all the gains in the accounts is tax-free. So pretty solid reason to invest in a Roth 401k. Four, you get access to managed portfolios. So when you sign up for a 401k account via your workplace, they're gonna give you these 10, 15 well thought through portfolio options to invest in. So you don't have to think much in terms of where your money goes and how you wanna invest in. So that's another advantage, getting access or gaining access to managed portfolios. And then finally, it's not designed to do this, but you can treat this as emergency funds. If you need the money, it's there. Yes, you will pay a 10% penalty, but it's there when you need it. Now let's talk about IRAs. IRAs are also a form of retirement savings account. It stands for Individual Retirement Account. IRAs also come in two flavors, traditional and Roth. The annual contribution for IRA is $6,000. Similar to a traditional 401k, a traditional IRA is tax deferred. Contribution that you make into a traditional IRA is not taxed, but when you withdraw over time, when you retire, that's when you're going to pay tax. And it's going to again be treated as ordinary income. IRAs are tax deductible, but it depends on two factors. One is whether or not you have a 401k account at work. If you do, then they have these income thresholds. Depending on where you fall, you may be able to deduct everything or seek a partial deduction, or maybe not have any deduction at all. A Roth IRA, on the other hand, again, similar to Roth 401k, you pay taxes up front. Any contribution that you make in a Roth IRA, it's taxed up front, but the gains, again, is going to be tax-free. Now, there is a limitation in terms of who can open or who can contribute towards a Roth IRA. There are, again, these income thresholds that you need to fall under. Only then you can contribute towards a Roth IRA. And finally, you can withdraw money at the age of 59 and a half, similar to 401k. You can make early withdrawals, but you're going to pay a 10% penalty. And then traditional IRA has an RMD, or required minimum distribution age, of 72. Roth does not have an RMD. Reasons to invest in IRA? Well, again, it's automatic savings towards your retirement, which is a good thing. 2, tax implications. So any contribution that you make in a traditional IRA is tax deferred, and then you may be eligible to get a tax deduction. In a Roth, tax-free gains, again, a huge plus towards a Roth account. 3, you get more control in terms of where the money gets invested. Unlike 401k, where you get the specific set of investments that you need to pick from, you can pretty much invest wherever you want if you have an IRA account. 4, emergency fund. Now, you are going to pay a 10% penalty if you withdraw before you hit 59 and a half, but if you need to, money's there. The final point in favor of IRA is rollover. Rollover is another flavor of IRA. It could be a traditional rollover account or a Roth rollover account. Contribution limits and income limits don't apply to rollover, so pretty much anybody can open a rollover account. All right, so I understand that's a lot to consume. Here are a couple of slides that you can print and stick it on your wall. It should give you all the information you need as you're planning your retirement strategy. I have a separate video talking more about 401k more in detail. If you want to take a look, card should be on the screen. Okay, so that all seems pretty straightforward. I think the key question and the reason why we are doing this video is, how do you make that decision where to contribute, how much to contribute? Again, like everything else in life, there's no clear answer. It always depends. And it depends on your financial situation. What I've done in this video is I've tried to identify those 4 scenarios which pretty much cover 90% of situations out there. So let's talk about those. All right, so scenario 1, this is a pretty decent scenario. Your workplace is offering you 401k and they are doing 100% match. In this scenario, you definitely want to get the free money. So you start your 401k account, that's step 1. Get the match, that's step 2. My suggestion would be to just invest enough money so that you can get 100% of the match. If you have surplus that you want to put towards retirement, you can invest in a Roth IRA. Remember, Roth IRA, more control in investments and tax-free gains. And then if you still have more money because you're rich and wealthy, you can go back to your employer-sponsored 401k and contribute towards it. All right, scenario 2, your workplace is offering traditional 401k but no match. That's life. All right, so step 1 in this case would be to first put money in your Roth IRA. Now, limit is $6,000 for 2020. If you have more money that you want to put towards a retirement account, go back to your 401k and put your money in the employer-sponsored 401k. And again, I'm assuming for these scenarios, you are eligible to open a Roth IRA. All right, scenario 3, this is where your employer is offering Roth 401k, but with no match. This is a good one because you get access to Roth. Your contribution is going to be pre-tax, yes, but any gains in your account is going to be tax-free. So that's a good thing. So here you have got 2 options. One is if you find the investments or the options that your employer is offering in terms of where your money gets invested, if you find those investment options fine, if you're okay with those, go ahead, put your money in your 401k, your Roth 401k. And if you have more money, you can always contribute towards a Roth IRA. The other option is to spread money equally between the 2 accounts just because they both are Roth. And if you really have to invest in 401k, you can spread it out. Final option here is you can pretty much skip if $6,000 is the only money that you want to put aside in a year towards retirement. Skip the Roth that's offered from work because there is no match, but invest in the Roth IRA and put your $6,000 there. All right, the final scenario is when you switch or change jobs. I talked about this a little bit when we were discussing a rollover IRA, but again, the scenario is you moved to another job, this old job was offering you 401k, then you took on this new one that is offering you 401k. And over time, you're going to keep moving jobs, and chances are you will be invested in 401k. Well, instead of managing these multiple accounts, why not open a rollover IRA, and better yet, open a rollover Roth IRA and roll over all your money from these, separate 401k accounts and drop it into your rollover IRA. Because it's Roth, you get more control in terms of where the money gets invested, and then all the gains in this account is going to be tax-free. So again, I believe this pretty much should cover most of the use cases out there or situations out there. Drop me a comment if you don't fall in one of these situations. All right, so let's just quickly summarize those scenarios, right? So if you have to choose between a 401k and a IRA, choose 401k only if you are getting that employer match. Contribute enough so that you can get 100% match from your employer. It's free money, you gotta get that. If you have more money to contribute towards your retirement, then invest or contribute into a Roth IRA. Now, if you have to pick between Roth and traditional, I think the answer is pretty simple. It has to be Roth all the time. And finally, when you switch jobs or you move companies, roll over your money into a Roth rollover IRA account. All right, I hope this video was helpful and I was able to simplify your decision making in terms of where to invest. If you find this content interesting, smash that like button. And if finance is your thing, consider subscribing. Until next time, peace.